How to day trade tax-free. Hey everyone, Adam Bergman here, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. Welcome to another episode of AdBits. On this podcast, I'm going to explain to you and teach you how you can day trade, whether it's stocks, options, even cryptos, tax-free. And it's called an IRA, or more specifically, a Roth IRA, if you want to pull those funds out tax-free once you're over the age of 59 and a half, and the Roth has been open at least 5 years. So the beauty of an IRA, it was created in 1974 by ERISA, was to encourage people to save. And there are two ways they wanted to encourage people to save. Number one is offer a tax deduction for making a pre-tax IRA contribution. Roths, which were created in 1997, do not offer a pre-tax contribution, but the carrot at the end of the rainbow is that once you're 59 and a half and the Roth's been opened at least 5 years, it's all tax-free. So the first thing is they gave you a tax deduction. This was back in 1974 when IRAs were created. Roths obviously weren't until 97. Second is deferral. Your money in the IRA grows without tax. That's known as tax deferral, compounded returns. Eighth one in the world, assuming an 8% rate of return, your money will double every 8 years. That's Albert Einstein, simple mathematics. Warren Buffett, not me. But the beauty is people don't realize that when you have an activity like day trading, which will generate ordinary income tax. Why? When you buy and sell property, whether it's stocks, real estate, or cryptos, which is known as property, capital asset, and you hold that property for less than 12 months before you sell it, you are going to trigger capital gains, but unfortunately short-term capital gains because your holding period is less than 1 year. So the gain on your basis, which basis is what you paid for it, and the gain is your basis versus the sale price, right? If you bought the shares for $1, sell it for $2, your basis is $1, your sale price is $2, your gain is $1. Okay, 1 minus 2. So the nice thing about an IRA or Roth IRA is if you day trade in the IRA or Roth IRA, you shelter all the gains from tax. There's no short-term capital gains. There's no long-term capital gains. There's no ordinary income. It's all tax-free. A lot of people don't realize that. I speak to so many people a week that are day trading or doing all kinds of trading activities in pre-tax funds in a non-IRA account, personal account, and they're paying ordinary income tax up to 37% on all their gains, which is bonkers. Now, if you hold that property more than 12 months, you can get long-term capital gains, which is tax advantageous. It's 15% or about 23.8 if you make more than 650,000 or so. But for most of us, it's about 15 or so percent. Now, there's a little bit Obamacare on top of that, but for simplicity purposes, just say 15%. So if you're going to trade and you're going to hold that asset more than a year, whether it's Bitcoin or property or stocks, the capital gain tax is a great regime, very taxpayer favorable. Clearly, 0 is better than 15, better than 23.8, and certainly better than 30 or 35%. So the goal is, how do you get more money into your IRA or Roth IRA so you can day trade? Well, contributions, right? First, 2024, you can put away 7 or 8,000 if you're over 50, pre-tax or Roth. And even if you make more than 250K, you can still get into a Roth or a backdoor Roth. What happens if that's not enough money? Well, if you have former employer funds, you can always roll those into an IRA if it's from a 401k and then use those to day trade. If you want to day trade securities, you can do it at Fidelity or Vanguard. If you want to day trade options or cryptos or other stuff like fix and flip properties, you would do that through IRA Financial with a self-directed. So you have a lot of options. The biggest thing is obviously getting more money into your IRA, contributions, rollover, conversions if you want to go pre-tax to Roth, but consistency, right? If you just keep putting money in your IRA or Roth every year, eventually through your day trading activities and your profit, you're going to keep building up your account. Ultimately, you're going to be able to do most of your investments in a tax-free account, which is the ultimate prize, right? That's what we all want to do, to generate tax-free gains in a IRA or Roth IRA. And because the day trading activity generates ordinary income, finding a way to shelter those short-term capital gains, which equal ordinary income, in an IRA or Roth is super, super important because you're potentially sheltering 35% in tax versus if it was long-term capital gains, around 15%. So finding a way to get more money in your IRA and Roth to day trade is the secret sauce. That's what we all should be driving for, so we can have a bigger retirement account and do more day trading activities tax-free. So in sum, using an IRA or Roth or solo K to day trade makes sense. You can shelter all short-term capital gains from tax. What you should be focusing is, okay, how do I get more money into an IRA or 401k so I can have more money to trade? Contributions, conversions, pre-tax to Roth, or rollovers from former employers. If you have a solo K because you're self-employed, you can put away 69K or 76.5 if you're over 50. So if you have a self-employment business, even if you're part-time, say you're an executive at Uber and you do stuff on the side, you consult and you make 50K on the side, through a mega backdoor, I can put almost all of that into a 401k, right? So I have solutions that I can plan design to maximize the amount you can put in. Okay. If you have a business that has consistent income of over a few $100,000 a year and you're in your 50s, I can get you $200,000 to $300,000 a year in a 401k called a combo plan. Okay. So that's what we master. That's what we're experts in. We will plan design, whether it's an IRA, a 401k, or a combo plan, to maximize the amount you can put in a retirement account. And then we'll unlock those funds. So you can do traditional investments like stocks, but also alternative assets like real estate or cryptos or hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, private stock, almost anything you want. We're the best at what we do. So if you're listening to the podcast and are intrigued, call us. Our team would love to help you out. And if you just want to kind of keep listening and learn more, well, check out the podcast next week, because every week, AdBits, another 2 podcasts I do, Ad Mail, which drops typically every Thursday, and Adam Talks, which drops midweek, where I tackle various self-directed alternative asset tax cutting edge topics that I promise you will really, really enjoy. And if you don't, well, you just move on to the next one, right? It doesn't cost anything. So have a great day. Thanks for hanging out today, and I'll see everyone again next week. Ciao.